Be me, Emma, 28, lying on my couch on a Saturday afternoon scrolling through Hinge for the third time today. Another match just unmatched me. No explanation, just gone. I'd suggested we actually meet up for coffee and boom. Vanished. I hit call on Jake's contact. He picks up on the second ring with this resigned, "Hey Em," that I choose to ignore. Okay, so this guy, I launch in, we'd been talking for like 3 days. Good banter, he seemed normal. And I suggest meeting up, and he literally unmatches me. What is wrong with men? Jake sighs. I can picture him at his desk, probably coding something, definitely regretting answering. Maybe he wasn't actually interested in meeting up. Then why match with me? Why waste my time? I'm scrolling already, swiping left on a guy who's 5 feet 9 inches. Hard pass. I don't know, Em. We've been friends since college, 7 years now. Jake's the steady one. Software engineer, works from home, never creates drama. He's basically my emotional support human at this point. I probably call him too much, but that's what best friends are for, right? You're my only guy friend who actually gets it, I tell him. Which is true. Everyone else just tells me to lower my standards or some bullshit. He says, which isn't really agreement. I think about the last few months. I've definitely been calling him a lot. 3 months ago, I called him crying about Marcus. Marcus was perfect on paper, 6 feet 2 inches, worked in finance, had his own place downtown, looked like he could be in a cologne ad. We slept together on the second date, and then he just ghosted. Straight up. I was devastated. Jake had said something like, maybe you're moving too fast physically with guys who haven't shown real interest? I'd shut that down immediately. It's 2025, Jake. Women can have sex when they want. Stop being old-fashioned. He'd gone quiet for a second, then just said, "You're right. Sorry." Then 5 months ago, I was complaining about dating apps being full of broke losers. Jake asked what my filters were set to. 6 feet or taller, college degree, making at least 80,000, fit, wants kids eventually, you know, basic stuff. That's like 8% of men, he'd said. So I should lower my standards? That's very patriarchy of you, Jake. He'd dropped it. 2 weeks ago, I'd sent him screenshots of a conversation with some guy named Ryan. Made Jake analyze every text. Does this mean he's interested or just bored? Ryan had sent me, "Ha, yeah," to something I said. Jake had responded, I can't decode ha ha yeah. If you're not feeling it, unmatch him. But I'd kept going, sent Jake 4 more screenshots over 2 days. Asked him to look at Ryan's profile and tell me if he seemed serious. Jake had finally said, "He seems fine, but you're overthinking this." I'd gotten annoyed. "You're supposed to be helping me." He'd gone quiet after that. I'd assumed he was busy. Looking back now, I realize he was probably just tired. Now, on this Saturday call, I'm asking him the same question I always ask in some variation. Seriously, am I just cursed? Every guy I match with is either broke, boring, or just wants hookups. His tone is different this time. Flatter. I don't know, Em. Maybe you're just looking in the wrong places. I'm slightly annoyed he's not being more sympathetic. The summer carnival is next weekend, I say, changing subjects. Want to go? My date will probably flake. You have a date? I mean, I matched with this guy yesterday, Brad. He's a CrossFit trainer, very hot. But yeah, he'll probably flake. Jake hesitates. I can feel him wanting to say no. Sure, he finally says. I'll go. You're the best. I brighten immediately. Okay, I gotta go. I'm meeting Jess for brunch. I hang up before he can respond. I told myself it wasn't a big deal that I barely asked him how he was doing. He would have said something if something was wrong. Sure enough, Brad texts me 2 hours before the carnival. Hey, sorry something came up. Rain check? I screenshot it and send it to Jake with, called it. He just replies, see you at 6. I spend an hour getting ready anyway. Post a story, mirror selfie, denim shorts, crop top, Carnival in the background. Carnival nights. Jake shows up in jeans and a t-shirt, looking exactly like someone who didn't think about their outfit. He's holding his keys and looks tired. "You okay?" I ask as we walk toward the entrance. "Yeah, just work stuff." We don't talk about work stuff. We get tickets, and I immediately start complaining about Brad while we walk past game booths and food stands. His excuse didn't even make sense, I'm saying. Like, something came up. Be specific. Have some respect for my time. Maybe he met someone else, Jake offers. In 2 days? It's dating apps. Everyone's talking to multiple people. This annoys me. Why are you defending him? I'm not. I'm just saying that's probably what happened. We get in line for the Ferris wheel. I pull out my phone and open Hinge, showing him profiles. See? This guy's 5'9". Hard pass. This one has no job listed. Red flag. Ooh, this one's cute, but... I click his profile. Looking for something casual. Ugh, of course. What are you looking for, Em? A good man. Is that too much to ask? I swipe right on a guy who's exactly my type. Tall, muscular, photo on a boat. We match instantly. See, at least I can still get matches. I message first. Hey. He responds in literally 30 seconds. DTF? I show Jake, disgusted. This is what I deal with. Jake glances at my phone, then at me. You're wearing a bikini top in your third photo. I feel defensive immediately. So, that doesn't mean I'm asking for it. Women can dress however they want. I'm not saying you're asking for it, he says carefully. I'm saying you might be attracting a specific type. So I should dress like a nun? That's not what I said. We're moving up in line. I'm getting increasingly frustrated. This isn't going how I wanted. I wanted him to be on my side, to validate me, to tell me it's not my fault. We get on the Ferris wheel, just the two of us in the cart. As we start going up, the carnival spreads out below us. Lights starting to come on as the sun sets, families and couples everywhere. At the very top, we stop. The cart rocks slightly. Jake, I turn to him. Seriously, you're a guy. You're a good guy? Why do you think I'm still single? Like, what am I actually doing wrong? He looks uncomfortable. The carnival lights reflect on his face. He's quiet for a long moment. You really want to know? Yes. I'm asking you because you actually know me. You've seen everything. You're not going to like it. Just tell me. I can handle it. He exhales slowly, looking out at the view. Okay, but let's get off this thing first. The Ferris wheel starts moving again. My heart's beating faster. I don't know if I actually want to hear this anymore, but I asked. We exit, and he leads me away from the crowds, toward the back of the carnival near the parking lot fence. There are some picnic tables back here, mostly empty. The carnival sounds are muffled. We sit down across from each other. He looks at me for a second, then starts. Good men exist, but they avoid you. I laugh nervously. Wow, okay. But he's not laughing. You always go for the same type, Jake continues. The guy who's emotionally unavailable, really attractive, has options. Then you're surprised when he doesn't commit. So I should just settle for boring guys with no ambition. Like Mike? I freeze. Mike, Jake's friend from work. Mike asked me out 4 months ago after we met at Jake's birthday dinner. Mike was nice, but there was no spark. Mike has a good job, he's stable, he wanted something serious, and he thought you were amazing. You called him aggressively medium to me on the phone. I didn't. You did. Exact words. My face feels hot. Okay, so what? I should force myself to be attracted to someone I'm not into. That's some patriarchal, women should be grateful bullshit. I'm not saying be grateful. I'm saying you claim you want a good man, but you're not actually attracted to good men. You want the guy who makes you anxious. That's not fair. Remember David? I tense. David was my last serious relationship. We dated for 5 months last year. David texted you good morning every day, planned actual dates, wanted to meet your parents. You broke up with him because, and I quote, he's obsessed with me. It's weird. He was obsessed. It was codependent. He was consistent. A month later, you were crying about Marcus, the finance bro, who wouldn't even text you back for 3 days. I want to argue, but the words stick in my throat. This is the pattern, Em. The guys you want, you're an option to them. The guys who'd commit to you, you think they're beneath you. So I'm just supposed to have no standards. Your standards aren't the problem. It's what you're actually selecting for versus what you say you want. I try to grab onto something, anything. This is just society telling women they need to lower their standards while men can. You rejected Mike for being boring, Jake cuts me off. Marcus makes $200,000 and literally told you he's not looking for anything serious in his bio. You still swiped right. That's not society. That's you choosing excitement over stability every single time. I'm spiraling. My chest feels tight. You don't understand what it's like. And the way you talk about men in general. He's not stopping. You post stuff like men are trash, then wonder why good guys don't pursue you. You told me last month that body counts don't matter. Men who care are insecure. But would you date a guy who'd slept with 30 women? That's different. How? Because the dynamics are different. Women are judged more. But you're judging men by their height and income in your filters, right now, on your phone. I pull my phone closer protectively. That's not the same thing. Explain how it's not. I can't. I'm trying to find the words, but they won't come. Everything he's saying feels like an attack, but I also can't deny any of it. I just want someone who meets my standards, I finally say. I don't think that's wrong. It's not wrong to have standards, but you can't complain that good men avoid you when you're the one avoiding them. I'm not avoiding anyone. Mike, David, Tyler. Who's Tyler? Jake pauses. My roommate. What about him? He asked if you were single last summer. I'm confused. Your roommate Tyler? I barely know him. He thought you were cool. I told him you were single. He asked me if you'd be interested. What did you say? I told him probably not. Why would you? Because he's 5 feet 10 inches and makes $55,000 as a teacher. I knew he didn't meet your criteria. I'd heard them enough times. The words hit me like cold water. I never said... You didn't have to. I know your type. Tyler's a great guy. Would have treated you amazing. But he didn't qualify. I feel sick. I didn't even know he was interested. Because I didn't tell you. Because I knew you'd reject him and I didn't want him to feel like shit. We sit in silence. The carnival sounds feel distant. I'm realizing Jake has been protecting guys from me. That's not fair, I whisper. What's not fair is you asking me why good men avoid you when I've been watching you reject them for years. I need a second to breathe. I pull out my vape, take a drag. Jake watches me quietly. You know what? I start, trying to regain some ground. Maybe I just have different preferences. That doesn't make me a bad person. Jake pulls out his phone. You posted this 2 weeks ago. He shows me my Instagram story. I remember it. Mirror selfie in my sports bra and leggings after the gym. Caption. Why don't men approach me in public anymore? Okay? He swipes. Next story, 4 hours later. It's a screenshot of a DM from some random guy. Hey, you're beautiful. My response, also screenshotted, men are so unoriginal. Do better. I'd posted it because my friends thought it was funny. It got like 50 likes. You're complaining no one approaches you, then publicly mocking a guy for trying. What do you think happens when men see that? That guy was in my DMs being creepy. He gave you a compliment. That's it. It felt like he just wanted sex. Maybe. Or maybe he was shooting his shot. Either way, you blasted him online to 2,000 followers. Men see that and think, why risk it? I don't have a response. I'd never thought about it like that. David texted me after you broke up with him, Jake says. What? This catches me off guard. He asked me if he did something wrong. He was genuinely confused. Said he thought things were going great. They were moving too fast. Emma, he asked you to be his girlfriend after 3 months. Marcus had you in situationship limbo for 5 months and never even called you his girlfriend. But David was too much. Marcus was different. Yeah. He made you feel like shit. And you stayed. David made you feel secure. And you left. The truth of it hits me in the chest. I grip the edge of the picnic table. Jake leans forward. You ask me why good men avoid you. Here's why. You say you want respect, but you're attracted to guys who don't give it. You say you want effort, but you find it boring when someone actually tries. You say you want a partner, but you treat dating like a game you're trying to win. My voice cracks. That's not fair. You're making me sound like a terrible person. You're not terrible, but you're exhausting. And good men, the ones who'd actually commit, they see the pattern and walk away. The guys you want, they don't care enough to notice. Tears are starting, but I won't let them fall. Why are you being so harsh? Jake looks tired. Really tired. Because I've listened to this for 2 years. You call me crying about guys who treat you like an option, then reject guys who'd make you a priority. I've watched you hurt people. I've watched you blame everyone except yourself. And I'm tired, Em. I'm really tired. He looks away for a second. I've turned down dates because I was on the phone with you. I've cancelled plans because you needed me. And you've never once asked if I'm seeing anyone. If I'm happy. If I need anything. The words hit like a slap. I open my mouth to argue, but nothing comes out. He's right. I can't remember the last time I asked about his life. So our friendship is just exhausting to you? The friendship isn't. This pattern is. You asked me to tell you the truth. I'm finally telling you. I want to yell at him. I want to tell him he's wrong, that he doesn't get it, that he's being cruel. But I can't form the words because somewhere deep down, I know he's not lying. The carnival lights are shutting off, section by section. It's closing. So what? I manage. You just think I'm undateable. His voice is softer now. No, I think you're choosing to be. That doesn't even make sense. You're choosing the wrong guys. You're choosing to ignore red flags. You're choosing to reject green flags. None of this is happening to you. You're doing it. I stand up. I need to leave. I need to think about this. Okay. Are we good? He stands too, puts his hands in his pockets. I don't know. We walk to the parking lot in silence. Carnival workers are breaking down booths. The fun atmosphere is completely gone. We reach my car first. I care about you, he says. That's why I'm saying this. But I can't keep having the same conversation where you ask for advice and then ignore it. So you're done being my friend? I'm done being your emotional punching bag who validates your victim complex. If you want an actual friend, I'm here. But I'm not doing this anymore. I don't know what to say. He walks to his car. I sit in mine and watch him drive away. A week passes. I don't text Jake. He doesn't text me. Friday night, I'm on my couch, scrolling Instagram. Wine glass in hand, second bottle this week. Everyone's posting their weekend plans, dates, friend groups, engagement photos. Then I see it. David's story. A photo of him and a girl at some Italian restaurant. She's normal looking, pretty, but not Instagram pretty. Brown hair, genuine smile. His arm around her. Caption, 6 months with this one. 6 months. He moved on 6 months ago, 2 months after we broke up. I click on her profile. It's private, but her bio says teacher, dog mom, probably reading. Of course she's a teacher, wholesome, stable. Exactly the type of girl who'd appreciate a guy who texts good morning every day. I feel sick. I open my texts, scroll to Mike's contact, Jake's friend. Before I can stop myself, I'm typing, "Hey, I know this is random, but I wanted to apologize for how I acted when you asked me out. That wasn't cool of me." I hit send before I can delete it. 3 minutes pass. He reads it. The typing bubble appears, disappears, appears again. "Hey Emma, thanks for reaching out. No hard feelings. That's it? I type back. I was in a weird place. You seem like a really good guy, and I should have given it a chance. Typing bubble. I appreciate that. I'm actually seeing someone now, so it all worked out. My stomach drops. Oh, that's great. Happy for you. Thanks. Hope you're doing well. The conversation ends. He's polite, but there's a wall there. I can feel it through the screen. He doesn't care about my apology because he doesn't need it anymore. I open my text with Jake. Our last messages are from the carnival night. My screenshot of Brad cancelling. Nothing since. I type, "Can we talk?" Send. The message goes from delivered to read within seconds. Typing bubble appears. My heart jumps. Not ready yet. That's all he says. I stare at it. Type, "I'm sorry." Read immediately. No response. I type, "You were right." Read. No response. I put my phone down. Stare at the ceiling. Jake's voice in my head. "You're choosing the wrong guys? You're choosing to ignore red flags? You're choosing to reject green flags? Fine. I'll choose different." I open Hinge. Scroll past my usual type. Find a guy named Chris. 5 feet 11 inches, elementary school teacher, looks kind. Normal smile. His prompt says, "I'm looking for someone who wants to build something real." Not exciting, but maybe that's the point. I swipe right, we match. He messages within a minute, "Hey, I saw you like hiking. Have you done Angel's Landing?" I start typing. "Not yet, but it's on my list. Have you?" Read it back. It's fine. Normal. This is what Jake meant. My finger hovers over send. I click on Chris's profile again. Look at his photos. Him with his dog. Him at a school event with kids. Him on a camping trip in a regular t-shirt and cargo shorts. I try to imagine the date. Coffee shop. He asks about my job, laughs at appropriate times, suggests a second date at the end, means it, and I'm bored. I delete the message, unmatch, swipe until I find what I'm looking for. Tall, muscular, shirtless photo on a yacht. Exactly my type. We match. He messages immediately. "You're stunning." I type back, "Thanks." He responds, "What are you looking for?" The honest answer? A guy who makes me anxious enough that I feel like I'm winning something when he texts back. I type, "Something casual, see where it goes." He responds, "Perfect. Drinks tomorrow?" "Sure." I put my phone down. My reflection stares back at me from the black TV screen. I pick my phone back up. Check Jake's messages again. Still just not ready yet. My Instagram Explore page shows me David and Hannah's photo again. The algorithm knows. Sunday dinner with my family is in 2 days. My brother will ask about dating. My mom will ask why I'm still single. And I'll say the same thing I always say, that men are intimidated by successful women, that dating apps are terrible, that all the good ones are taken. Jake's voice. "None of this is happening to you. You're doing it." I look at my phone. The yacht guy sent another message. "Can't wait to see you in person. I know how tomorrow night will go. I'll dress up, post a story, he'll be late, I'll make excuses, he'll suggest going back to his place, I'll go. He won't text me after, and I'll call Jake to tell him about it, except I can't anymore." I open my Hinge settings, look at my filters. Height, 6 feet plus. Income, $80,000 plus. My thumb hovers over changing them. I don't. I think about Chris, the teacher. Wonder if he matched with someone else yet. Probably. Girls who actually respond to nice guys don't stay single long. Maybe tomorrow I'll be different. Maybe I'll cancel on yacht guy. Maybe I'll lower my standards. But tonight, I'm going to finish this bottle and tell myself that Jake doesn't understand, that I deserve what I want, that settling isn't the answer, even though I know he was right about everything.